Welcome back to Tailosive, everybody. This is a very weird video. Okay, I'm just gonna come out through the door. I have not made something like this before because I didn't think there was a need to. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to explain to you why this, the white and gray with holes Nike Apple Watch band, is actually the best Apple Watch band you can buy. And I know what you're all thinking. It's like, well, Apple Watch colors, you know, the bands, it's all personal preference. You just buy what you want, right? No, that's not how this works anymore. I now have factual evidence. So let me walk you through my Apple Watch band experience. So of course, long ago when the Apple Watch first came out, I had the Generation 0. I got that one with black sport bands that I don't have here anymore. I gave that Generation 0 Apple Watch to my girlfriend. She now has the black sport bands, but I do have my product red sport bands right here, which is essentially the exact same material, it's just a different color. A lot of people prefer this band. Why? Because it's the cheapest, it's the most standard, it's very durable. Having said before, I have used third-party sport bands in the past and none of them feel as premium as this. Again, none are as expensive, but it's just a very standard minimalistic watch band that's very durable. Those black sport bands that I gave to my girlfriend are still very capable, just as premium as the day I bought them, haven't worn down or anything like that, and they're now over nearly 3 years. So that happened, and then I upgraded to the Series 2, which is what I have right here. Of course, a waterproof watch. However, instead of getting the Series 2 with the exact same sport band as the black I already had, I figured while I'm buying a new watch, why not get some new watch bands to go with it? Because I don't need to have two different black sport bands. So that's when I made the switch to nylon. For those who don't know, nylon is not a cheap material. It's $50, just like a regular sport band. But the nylon, while it is made of like high density string, it's not weak. I've been wearing the nylon bands for, I guess, ever since I bought the Series 2. So that was back in September. So we're coming up on 7 months and these haven't worn down in the slightest. They do develop a little bit of creases just because you wear them at the same length every day. But I really like this one personally because it's lighter. It's not made of plastic, it's kind of string and it's very light on your wrist, which personally to me feels like it breathes a tad more. Whereas these are a lot heavier, and when you have them tight around your wrist, it can like feel like you're cutting off the circulation in your arm. These don't let much out. They're basic, but they're heavy, whereas these are a bit more minimalistic, and I like them. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you understand that I wore these for quite a few months. But of course, there are a few disadvantages. I personally think that putting on the sport band type of watch is a lot quicker. You wrap it around, push in the pin, and tuck under the excess. Doesn't take that long. It's very easy. With the nylon band, you have more of a classic watch style, which is similar to putting on a belt. They lap under. You have a hook here to latch onto, a loop here that's wrapped around that you have to tuck under, and it's an extra step. It doesn't go on quite as easy. The other big con is since these are nylon, and you know, this is a Series 2 Apple Watch, it's waterproof. I like to wear my watch in the shower or when I go swimming or just not worry about it getting wet because it can take it. Nylon absorbs water and doesn't let go of it for quite a few hours. So every morning, my nylon bands would get kind of heavier and wet, and they wouldn't dry out for about 3 to 4 hours. That gets a little annoying, whereas you know, with the sport bands, of course, water falls right off of these, they don't absorb them at all. So I bet you know where I'm going with this. I recently purchased the Nike Plus Apple Watch sport band in white, which of course feels like any other sport band, except we've got 3 rows of holes here, and on the back, the inner lining is white with gray on the exterior. Flip it around on the front, and it's all gray, and you can see the white in the holes. First big advantage this adds to sport bands. It's of course lighter. There's less material in it than a regular Apple Watch sport band. Second of all, if you wear watches all the time, especially with bands like this, you understand that if you're outside a lot, which I work on a mansion ranch, I'm outside all the time, you end up having a pretty noticeable tan line on your arm because you wear your watch on the same arm every day. Now, this doesn't solve the entire problem. However, sun bleeds through these holes definitely a lot better than the classic sport band or the classic nylon bands. And before you think, you know, you're gonna have a tan with all these little holes in it now, not exactly, because you don't wear your watch in the exact same place every day. You have slight variations whenever you put it on. You put it on in a slightly different place, and that means over time, this tan will start to fade on the side here because these little holes will be in slightly different places every day and bleed through and make your arm not look as weird. That's handy, right? Now, of course, there are other Nike bands out there, 4 others, that have these holes with the different colors, right? What's so special about this one? Well, if you're ever trying to get a matching ecosystem with Apple products, you'll figure out it's increasingly hard to do. Space gray is not available on all models anymore, but what you can do is have fairly black Apple devices with white accessories, because the only color, their Magic Mouse, their Magic Keyboard, all the chargers, they're only white. Wish they had more options, but that's it. So that's why I go with a smart cover that's white for my iPad Pro. You know, my AirPods are white. I wish I had black pods, but those are high in demand right now, which means this white Nike sport band matches my AirPods, my chargers, my iPad Pro smart cover. It's a very nice black and white ecosystem, and the other Nike bands don't quite complement it like this does. And the last little bonus that I did not account for when I bought this watch band is how cool it looks when it's in water. I think the reason they designed this watch band was because they knew it would get wet. It was designed for the Series 2 Apple Watch. So to give you an example, let me show you here. We're gonna dunk it. It's in there nice nice and wet. Pull this guy out and you'll find out that each one of these holes has a tiny droplet of water in it, creating a bunch of little mirrors in a sphere form. And that looks so cool. You can't help but stare at it. It's almost like honeycomb in a beehive. So whenever this thing gets wet, it instantly looks cooler. And now, before you go off and say, no, I like the Hermes watch band, or no, I like the stainless steel loop, you're spending too much on your watch bands. These things are $50 each. That's enough. Man, some people pay like $500 for that Link bracelet. Buy someone you love an Apple Watch. Have them enjoy it, because an Apple Watch is actually cheaper than some of these watch bands. If you need that steel Link one, buy a third party, please. People in the comments always tell me of these third party ones that are great. Don't spend like over $100 on individual watch bands. This is expensive enough. I already feel embarrassed that, 50 bucks here, 50 bucks here. This is a lot of money. Don't go too crazy with it. When you're looking for a new watch band, definitely check out the white Nike Plus one. Because of all the advantages I've just listed to you, it's so worth it. It looks amazing. I love it with my space gray 42mm Series 2. Okay, I'm sorry I made this. I didn't mean to make a video about why I'm really proud of this watch band. It is cool though. I mean, the pin goes in any one of these holes. You didn't have that many options with this sport band. Look at how many sizes you have now. It's more customizable. Hey, you don't get that with Apple anyway. If you want a new Apple Watch band, get this one. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you in the next one.